think that the great challenge, the thing that holds most of us back, is that we cannot appreciate the true power of this inner joy when we are trapped in turbulent thoughts. Hello, and welcome to The Joy Within, where we're eliminating stress and negativity, one thought at a time. I'm Kyle Greenfield, and I'll be your guide as we explore how to be calm, confident, and happy in our crazy modern world. Join us each week as we dive into some of the biggest ideas in spirituality and personal development. We'll learn what it takes to gain control of your own mind, master your mood, and navigate the many ups and downs along the way. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started so you can become the calm, confident, and happy person you truly deserve to be. Hello, and welcome back to the Joy Within's podcast. I'm just coming back from a couple of weeks off, and today I want to take a step back and talk about the sheer power of resonance and the shift that I have had since I started paying attention to my energy. Over the last few weeks, I've had a chance to reflect on both the ups and the downs that I've had over the last few years. And it is clear to me that the common thread always comes back to resonance, this idea of living in alignment with my own inner energy, that truly indescribable feeling when you just know you're on track or you know when you're off track, even when, and maybe I should even say especially when, you can't quite put your finger on it. You can't explain why. And that feeling, that knowingness, might not even be logical at all. You just know in a way that you can't describe. I find that, for me, at this point in my life, that feeling is almost always obvious to me. I'm not always in alignment. I'm not saying that I'm always in a good mood or always incredibly happy or that things always go perfectly. But I always know when I am centered and when I am not. And when I take the time to step back and reflect on the day-to-day trends that I experience, the actual, real-world events that happen to me, the patterns that I'm experiencing in my life, I find that I can always draw the connection between what I'm experiencing and how connected or not connected I've been feeling recently. It is obvious to me that my own inner energy is always the root cause for how things are going in my life. Now, my ego doesn't always like it when I think that way. When I hit my goals, when things go well, when I'm feeling proud or accomplished or indefatigably happy, there is a not insignificant part of me that wants to take credit for that. The ego wants to point to the hard work or the planning or the concrete logical steps it has taken, and it wants to bask in them, to revel them, to take credit. Just as when I stumble, when things don't go as I expect them to, that same ego wants to shirk responsibility and point the finger to blame anyone and everyone but myself. It wants to blame other people, unforeseeable circumstances, pretty much anything else that is outside of its own control. And I think we all do this. When we get trapped in these stories, we bounce in and out of different variations of these two extremes. We feel great, and then we feel down, based on what appears to be going on around us. The mind becomes this massive roller coaster that drags us along every up and down, every twist and turn that we experience. I think the real promise of resonance is that it breaks you out of this endless cycle. Behind the mind stories, beyond that daily roller coaster, is peace. And I believe that it is our ability to tune into this inner resonance, to live in alignment with the natural joy that is within each and every single one of us, that is the greatest determinant of that peace. It is a choice that we have to make for ourselves, and then we have to remake that choice every second of every day. Hey guys, so I don't run outside ads or get sponsors for the podcast, which means I rely on you to help keep it going. The best way you can do that is to help spread the word. Leave a 5-star review, tell your friends, share it on social. I think we all know people who are struggling, and I know issues like stress and negativity can be hard to talk about, which makes sharing a link a really easy way to connect and tell someone you care. And if you find the podcast helpful, I promise you they will too. So do me a quick favor and think of 3 people you know who would benefit from this podcast and send them a link. That's it. Now, back to the show. I believe that the more we can make that choice for peace, the more we can align with our resonance, the easier it becomes. And the clearer it becomes that harmony within creates harmony without. Our inner joy will guide us in ways that we cannot even realize, let alone appreciate, until well after the fact. And it clarifies the right actions for us to take. It propels us towards the things that are most important to us. But when we veer off course, when that mental roller coaster kicks in, our inner turbulence creates unnecessary resistance. We make life harder on ourselves. We get stressed or worried, or we spin out in 1,000 different directions. Maybe we feel torn or indecisive, or maybe we just start beating ourselves up for no reason. All of those feelings are signals. They tell us that in that moment, we are trusting an erroneous mind. We're trusting the ego mind more than our natural joy. And the more we follow that path, the more we get wrapped up in those ego-based stories. It seems that the worse life becomes. To me, that connection is crystal clear. When I focus on my resonance, life flows more easily for me. And when I let my ego mind take the helm, I wind up stuck and off course. Fundamentally, I believe that it really is that simple. But I think that the great challenge, the thing that holds most of us back, is that we cannot appreciate the true power of this inner joy when we are trapped in turbulent thoughts. We cannot truly understand resonance until we become clear, but we cannot become clear until we follow our resonance. And this happens over and over again, even if you feel peace in one moment. In the next, you could feel dragged down, stuck in the mind. And when you're stuck in the mind again, you can't get to that state of resonance, of peace, of joy. So it takes a great leap of faith to break that cycle, to trust in your own inner joy long enough to see the power of it manifest in your life. But as you do, as you make that choice, I promise you will start to see the connections. You will start to notice how your consistent patterns of thoughts and moods impact your ability to live the life that you want. And you will come to believe that your inner joy really is the most important choice you can make, each and every day. At least, that's my hope for you. And I am here, the Joy Within is here, to support you with that. And if today's episode resonates with you, then I ask you to please share it. Post it on social or email a link to someone that you think needs to hear this today. Because we all need a reminder to step back and align with our resonance, to become peace, until peace becomes our only reality. Thanks for listening to today's episode. When you're ready to take a stand against the stress and negativity in your life, head over to thejoywithin.org, sign up, and choose the path that's right for you. When you join, you'll learn a simple process to activate your natural inner joy so you can regain control and become the calm, confident, and happy person you deserve to be. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started today. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love, because I think we can all use a little more joy in our crazy modern world.